The truth is, I didn't really come to preach you out of your insecurities. Neither did I come to teach you how to get over your insecurities. I didn't come to do that. Maybe let me humbly shoot your expectation down and tell you that I'm not going to tell you your insecurities are bad. My goal rather is to help you understand your insecurities, because many times what you understand you can control. The problem is not your insecurities, but rather how you react to your insecurities. Insecurity is a social issue with a psychological consequence. It is a social issue with a psychological consequence. It is not a psychological issue with a social consequence, because the truth is, if I did not care about what the other person think about me, I may not have anything called an insecurity. Our problem is that we care so much about what people think instead of caring for people. And because we care about what people think about us, we develop this essence of insecurity. Maybe you are on the line. You can tell that there is something in you that is pushing you into something, into a ministry. There are things that you must find yourself doing, and you feel that at the end of the day, there is so much in you, but still an insecurity is preventing you. When Paul talks about concerning a thing, he sought God 3 times, and God said, "My grace is sufficient for you." The truth is, what attracts God to us is our insecurity. Without your insecurity, you become someone who might think you are perfect. Listen, it is your insecurity that draw you close to God. You know why sometimes you pray when you are going to speak in front of a group of people, you realize that you don't have the understanding to do it, and you need God's intervention. When you're about to do something and you feel like your insecurities are in and you feel like you don't know what to do, it is your quote unquote that which you call your insecurity that causes you to fall in love with God like never before. Because when you are confronted with your humanity and you realize that there are flaws and things in you, those who know themselves, you can't help it but be humble. When you understand that there are things in you that no one can handle, but God can handle, and people speculate, but God sees in secret, and He still loves you. You find that your worship becomes genuine. You find that your praise becomes genuine. You find that when you come into His presence, you can walk boldly. When you look at the life of David, he had insecurities. Moses, he had insecurities. Abraham, he had insecurities. All of the great men that God used, the great women that God used, they all had insecurities. What was the difference? They leaned upon the rod. They leaned upon God, the one who sees their insecurities, the messy things of their life. I know you are going through something, or maybe some insecurities is making you feel that it's impossible to break out. Moses used an ordinary rod. Use your insecurity to part your Red Sea. Use your insecurity to move you to your next place. Listen, sometimes you must feel the fear and still determine, I'm going to move forward and do it anyway. That is when God steps in and God brings you out of what you are going through, because even though you had every reason not to do it, you still trusted in Him to get through what you needed to get through.